All right, a month later, some parts finally arrived. We're back with this Magnatone 210. It's from 59 to 61. Haven't dated it precisely yet. It's got a new grounded power cable, a new fuse. So everything's wired to code. So the hot goes to the inner connection on the fuse. Fuse goes to the power switch. Then on the other side of the power switch is one of the power transformer primaries. The neutral goes here where the other primary is connected. That's nice. The amp has very few electrolytic capacitors. It had a 3-section filter cap here that was originally 20-10-10. I had a custom one made, which is 40-20-20, which gives just a little bit more filtering in the same amount of space. Makes this a little bit less of a student model amp. And then the only other electrolytic in here is this cathode bypass. And all the old tubes seem to be fine. And it's idling at 12.71 watts, which is pretty much ideal for cathode biased. It's single-ended, so normally the amp would have a bit of hum. Increasing the filters helped with that. Also, Magnatone is very smart. They did a wonderful thing. They connected the heater center tap to the cathode on the output tube, which means that the amp is much quieter in terms of heater hum than most single-ended amps are. And here's the, I've got the volume all the way up. It's not a ton of gain in this amp. So it sounds good overall. The tremolo is working. Not the best range of speeds, but the tremolo is not that deep. I've got the intensity at 10, and it's just kind of a suggestion of a really nice tremolo. And I'm pretty sure I can get that a little bit deeper. These old ceramic disc caps aren't great, and they drift in value and they begin to fail. So let's put this film cap across them just to see where we're at. Don't do this unless you know what you're doing, please. Never add a component like this in a live amp unless you know exactly what you're touching and what to look out for. For instance, that one's got some voltage on it. So that one changed, gave a little more low end, but didn't change the strength. Try this next one, which is feeding the intensity pot. This is the one I suspect could give some benefit. That increased the strength a little bit as well. So I think if I replace both these disc caps with some new ones, get a little more strength there. The other issue on the tremolo is the plate resistor is a 270. I think that increasing the gain of that stage a little bit might be helpful. Take a look at something on the schematic real quick. I should have done that before I started this. Yeah, that's what I thought. In stock form, that's my meter, it's annoying. In stock form, neither stage of the preamp tube, because there are only 2 stages of gain, have any cathode bypass, which means that it is very low gain compared to what we consider a more modern amp. And by modern amp, I mean really 60s. Amps have not changed that much in the approach since about 1963. And this amp is just reminiscent of the earlier generations of amps and what amps were supposed to be. If I were to bypass the cathodes on V1 each stage, you get a lot more output out of the amp, and what's now dime probably be happening about here, about 2 o'clock. So you wouldn't be giving up the sounds it already does. You just have a much higher ceiling. Similarly, there are probably some little tweaks I can make to the tremolo system to get that a bit deeper. So I'm gonna play around with that and come back. I'm gonna call the owner first. Some guys want it as close to original as possible. Others want it to sound as good as possible without losing the character of what makes it unique. And that's my preference, to say this is the best sound. This is the Magnatone 210 that Magnatone never made but should have. That's the goal with this kind of thing for me.